Welcome back to another episode of This Week on Channel 9. I'm your host, Christina Warren, Senior Cloud Advocate. And I know it's been a few weeks. I'm sorry that we've had so many delays, but because we're doing like this every other week schedule, if there's a holiday or something else going on, then I get like set off another week. So that's why I'm a little bit late on this. Also, want to call out my shirt this week. This is an Enron intern class of 97 shirt. It's a gag. It's fake, but frequent viewers of the show will know my obsession with failed companies, so I had to wear this. Also, I'm wearing a hat today because we're at that stage of like the pandemic and quarantine where I can't get a haircut and it doesn't look great. So I'm like in the hat phase until I can find a way to, get my hair done. Let's get into this week's latest developer news. So first up, the Windows Package Manager, which was announced at Microsoft Build, the very first update to the preview version of the Windows Package Manager is available now, and you can get it from GitHub. And I've got links in the show notes in the description. And there are some brand new features that you can actually kind of check out with this update. That includes some changes to how settings work, and you can also toggle experimental features on and off so that the team can test things out without breaking other things. And it's just, got some, minor kind of updates, but some things that will make things a little bit easier. And of course, on the GitHub page itself, you can upvote features and requests and things that you want to see in the future. So I've got links in the show notes in the description to all of that. If you haven't checked out the Windows Package Manager, you totally should because it's awesome. All right, next up, the June 2020 version of Visual Studio Code is available now. And so this is version 1.4.7. And actually, I think since this was released, like at this point, maybe like a week ago, there have been 2-point releases since then, just fixing a couple of bugs. And there are a number of updates in this version of the release. This includes some great accessibility improvements. So there's some new screen reader capabilities, which is great for all of our Ally and accessibility fans. There's also Windows ARM builds, and this is now available and stable. So if you've got a Surface Pro X or some other ARM devices, that's now available. There's also a unified view for source control, which will make dealing with your versioning a lot easier. And there's some updates to the UX and the UI around notebook support. And so there's also a Java pack installer for Mac OS and a bunch of other things too. And so I've got links to a blog post in the show notes and description with all the new changes, and also a place where you can go ahead and download it. So check that out. Speaking of Visual Studio Code, next up, Python for Visual Studio Code, the July 2020 extension is out. And this includes a number of new updates, including support for a new language server known as Pylance. You can also export notebooks as both HTML and PDF. And you can also do reverse connections for the debugger. So I've got more details about how the Python extension works and how you can get it in the show notes and the description down below. All right, next up, this is pretty awesome. So everyone's favorite developer, Scott Hanselman, has a great blog over on, or a great post, I guess I should say, over on his blog about how you can set up different profiles for your personal and your work accounts using the new Microsoft Edge browser. And it's actually funny, I was talking about this with somebody just the other day. This is a great feature, and it's a good way where you can have different extensions, different favorites, different kind of settings, depending on what mode you want to be in. And it's really easy to toggle between the two. So I've got a link to Scott's blog in the show notes in the description, and check that out if you haven't played with that already. All right, next up, this comes courtesy of our good friend Bruno Borges from the Java team. There is now a brand new ARM64 build of OpenJDK 16 for Windows that's available for testing. This is pretty big because we're starting to see a lot more people care about ARM64 stuff all of a sudden. Maybe it has something to do with a fruit company announcing some sort of new chip design. I don't know, but also there are a lot of Windows on ARM devices and other types of ARM devices. So this is out now. You can get it off of GitHub. I've got a link in the show notes in the description where you can download this build and play around with some of these things. Great stuff. Thank you as always, Bruno. Next up, the Microsoft Surface Duo emulator has received an update, and now it supports the Jetpack Windows Manager preview. And so the Surface Duo is going to be, this dual screen device that has a hinge that kind of lets you, kind of have like a little mini notebook, and it's going to be a really great mobile platform. The emulators are available now for Mac, for Windows, for Linux, and you can download the latest emulator from the Microsoft Download Center. I've got a link to that in the show notes in the description. And there are some bug fixes that go along with this too, as well as some updates around some other things around Android. So if you've been interested in wanting to maybe build some applications or update your existing Android application to work with the Surface Duo, check out the latest version of the emulator, and I've got links in the show notes and the description down below. All right, next up. So I actually have some really cool things to show off right now. Our friend Isaac Levin has been begging me to show this off and let everybody know about your chance to get some things, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to do it, but I have some little plush friends. I have a little Python plush, and I have a PHP plush, and I've got a .NET plush, and Angular, and we've got this little tortoise right here, all these great programming nerd plushes. And if you want one of these, you can, between like now and like July 20th, which I know is like tomorrow, but if it needs to go a little bit longer, we can probably make that work. But we've got a whole collection of things, the Microsoft Build Learn collection, where you can go to Microsoft Learn, take some of our free courses, and then once you've completed them, you can enter to get some of these free plushes. We're going to be giving them away to a bunch of people. So if you want to have some very cute little programming plushes and to have kind of your own way to play, like, rock, paper, scissors, learn, to kind of battle out what is the best programming language, what is the dominant plushie, I've got the links down there, because who doesn't want to get free plushies? So thank you, Isaac, for letting me have these, and I've got the links if you want to get your own in the show notes in the description. All right, next up, on Channel 9 this week, we've had tons of great content. First up, if you missed the Powerful Dev conference that took place last week, it was a fantastic one-day event that basically really showed off all the different things that you can do with the Power Platform for both, low coders and no coders alike. That Scott Guthrie and Maria kicked off the keynote. It was really fantastic, and so I've got a link in the show notes in the description for that entire conference. If you want to check any of that out, you definitely want to see it. It was great. Also, over on the IoT show, Olivier talks about Microsoft Rocket for democratizing live video analytics, which is really, really cool. And then over on DevOps Lab, Abel talks about moving GitLab into Azure, which is really, really cool. So I've got links to all of those shows in the show notes in the description. Be sure to check those out. All right, now it is time for my pick of the week. Now, originally, I thought that I was going to pick the new Lego Nintendo that will be out in a couple of weeks. It's basically like you can build your own like replica Nintendo out of Lego. It looks amazing. But then Superman decided to become a PC builder, and that changed everything. So Henry Cavill, who is actually like a pretty OG nerd, like he's apparently missed auditions while playing World of Warcraft and stuff, put up a great Instagram video of him building his new gaming PC. It was not sponsored. It's amazing. I love everything about it. I also love Witcher 3. And this is my pick of the week because, frankly, like, I think that we should all want to be as badass as Superman building a PC. It's pretty great. So I've got a link to that video in the show notes and the description down below. Well, that does it for me this week. Go ahead and leave us a comment in the down below on YouTube. Let us know what your favorite story was, what superhero you would like to see do a YouTube style PC build video. Maybe Jason Momoa, maybe Brie Larson. I don't know. Like, let me know in the comments down below. Also, let me know your thoughts on any of the other stories we talked about this week. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up on YouTube because that really helps us out. And go ahead and subscribe to us at Microsoft Developer for all of your nerd needs. See you next time.